Narada, the great wandering mystic of the Hindu tradition, was on his way to see God. Playing his veena, he walked through a forest and came upon an old sage sitting beneath a tree. The sage had been sitting there for a very long time. His hair was long, his body was thin. He had the look of a man who had been waiting for an answer his entire life. "Narada," the sage called out, "you are going to see God. Please ask him one question for me. I have been meditating and praying and making every effort for 3 lives now. How much longer? How much longer do I have to wait? When will I be free?" Narada bowed gently and said, "I will ask." He continued walking through the forest, and a little further along he heard something: music and laughter and singing. Under another tree sat a young man, playing a small instrument, dancing even while sitting, lost completely in joy. He was perhaps 30 years old. He looked as if he had never suffered a single day in his life. Narada smiled and almost walked past, but on a whim he stopped. "Young man," he said, "I am going to see God. Is there anything you would like me to ask?" The young man kept dancing. He kept singing. He did not even look up. Narada continued on his journey. After some time, he returned through the forest. He found the old sage still sitting, still waiting. "I asked God," Narada said gently. He said, "3 more lives." The old sage stopped. His eyes went wide, and then something broke open in him. He threw down his prayer beads. He threw down his scriptures. "3 more lives!" he cried. "This is unjust. After everything I have done, after every prayer, every sacrifice, every year of effort, 3 more lives!" Narada walked further along, to where the young man was still dancing, still singing, still lost in his joy. "I asked about you too," Narada said, "although you hadn't asked, but I must warn you. The answer may be difficult to hear." The young man looked up for the first time. His eyes were bright. He said nothing. Narada took a breath and said, "God said, you will be reborn as many times as there are leaves on the tree under which you are sitting." The young man looked up at the tree. It was enormous. Thousands and thousands of leaves rustling gently in the breeze. And then the young man began to dance, more joyfully than before, more ecstatically than before, tears streaming down his face. He cried out, "So few! Only these leaves? Only this many lives? Out of all the trees in all the forests in all the world, only this tree? I am almost there. I am practically free already. Narada, when you go back, please thank him for me." And in that very moment, it is said, the young man was liberated. Not after those thousands of lives. In that moment. In the flash of that total, unconditional, grateful yes. What was the difference between the 2 men? Not their effort. The old sage had worked harder. Not their devotion. The old sage had prayed longer. The difference was how they held the journey. The old sage held it as a burden, something to endure, something to get through, something he was owed a reward for. The young man held it as a gift. Every life another dance, every moment another song, every breath already enough. Trust is not believing that everything will work out. Trust is dancing while you wait to find out. I'll leave you with one question to carry into your day. Are you enduring your life or dancing it? This has been The Long Thread. Ancient stories for the present moment. Tomorrow, another thread.